Hope everyone is having a groovy day. Today we're going to go over my January 2023 sales. I'm going to show you my top 10 items and I'm going to break down the gross profit on each of those items. And then we're going to, at the end of this video, please stick around and you're going to take a look at my gross profit calculator where I actually show you better look at what your profit actually is. So coming in at number 10 was a Mr. Christmas 10 Bells of Christmas. If you don't know already, Mr. Christmas anything is usually pretty good money. This was brand new in the package. It had never been out. It was still, you can see it's still completely attached to the box. We did test it. It worked great. They did pay full price on this item for $69. And let's go into the gross profit and see how we did on this item. Okay, so we received $69.99, the full asking price that we were asking for it. We got shipping revenue of $20. They did not use a coupon. I don't think I had a coupon on there at the beginning of the month. This shipping label cost me $14.26 with my eBay fees coming in at $10.82. Promoted fees were $4.09 on this item. I promote everything, as you guys will all get used to. And my acquisition cost on this one was $10. My total cost of goods was $39.17 on this item, with a gross profit of $50.82. It took me $11. It took me 11 days to sell this item. Coming in at number 9 was a pair of bookshelf speakers. I believe you pronounce this clips. They were working. It came in a box of stereo equipment my husband bought for $50 at a yard sale. We had this item listed for $125. We did take a best offer of $75. And so let's jump into the gross profit and see how we did on this item. Okay, so our revenue came in at $75 with that best offer. We got $20 for shipping and a net revenue of $95. The shipping label to ship this item was $22.31. So we lost a little bit of money on shipping. My eBay fees were $8.50 and with a promoted fee of $3.64. My acquisition costs were $10. So my total cost of goods was $44.45 with a gross profit of $50.55. And it took me 19 days to sell this item. Coming in at number 8 is Father Christmas. He did not have any type of brand. This actually came from the QVC network. I got this from Hoarder House number 1 and that big old stack of Christmas items that I bought. We had an asking price of $95. We got full price for this item of the $95. And let's jump into the gross profit and see how we did on this item. So coming in at number 8, we got a $95 revenue. Shipping, what we charged $29.99. They did use a coupon. I believe I had a 30% coupon going on in the month of January to boost sales, try to get some items out the door. So I did take a coupon of $28.50. So my net revenue was only $96.49 on this item. I just about died when I got this shipping label. I should have known better. I only charged $30 for shipping. I thought I'd be fine. It was a very light item, but it was very tall. So my shipping label came in at $60.07. My eBay fees were $11.35. My promoted fees were $7.77. And my acquisition cost on this was $10. It was part of that big Christmas lot that I got from Hoarder House number 1. My gross profit was $7.30. Wah, wah, wah. It took me 20 days to sell this item. Coming in at number 7 was these lanterns. I dug these out of Hoarder House number 2. He had a shed in the backyard, and I believe I paid $70 for a right to rummage in this shed. There were actually 6 of these. I kept 2 for myself. They're really quite large. They're 17 inches tall. The boxes were destroyed, but the inside of the item was perfect. Had that listed for $94.99 and we got full asking price on that one. So let's just jump into the gross profit and see how we did on that one. So coming in at number 7, that pair of large candle lanterns, we did get that $94.99, but we did free shipping. Again, we're getting away from that, but this was before I had made that decision. So for a net revenue of $94.99, my shipping label was $21.63. eBay fees coming in at $11.56. Promoted fees at $5.63, and I put an acquisition cost of $10, was probably pretty high. Probably was a lot less. I probably have a lot less than that into it. So my total cost of goods is $48.82, and my gross profit was $46.17. These did take me a while to sell. It took me 120 days. So anyway, but we did great. Gross profit of $46.17. We can't complain about that. So let's go down to number 6 in our countdown. So coming in at number 6 is a lot of 60 empty, yes, empty vintage ammo boxes. These from my friend's aunt's house. They were going to be handed to the garbage can. They were completely empty. There is, as you can see, people are looking for these empty ammo boxes, which I think is crazy. So we had that listed for $150, and we did get a full asking price of $150, but I believe they took a coupon. So let's just jump into that and take a look at that gross profit and see where that came in. All right, so we had an asking price of $150. We did free shipping. Coupon was $45 because we did have a 30% off coupon. Shipping label was only $16.75, with my eBay fees coming in at $12.80. My promoted fees were $5.21, and no acquisition costs. I got these for free. So my total cost of good was $34.76, with a gross profit of $70.24. This was a long tail. It took me 199 days to sell. Sometimes you just have to wait for that right buyer. So let's jump down to number 5. So coming in at number 5 was a Blendtec Classic 570 countertop blender. This was awesome. It had hardly been used. And actually, I did a video on this one. It was kind of cool. Oh, you can't hear it. But anyway, down here, you see where it says 25? Those were actually the minutes. And it was really quite loud, so you're kind of lucky that you're not hearing that right now. So anyway, this came from a sale that I did. I believe it was May of 2022. It was an estate sale, and I got a bunch of things. Let's jump into that gross profit and see how we did. All right. Revenue of $95. We got shipping revenue of $25 for a net revenue of $120. No coupon, but we did take that best offer. Shipping labels were $11.86, with my eBay fees coming in at $14.29. Promoted this item, $7.64, with my acquisition cost of $10. That's probably a little high too, but $10 seemed fair. That's what I'd pay for it at a yard sale. So my gross profit was $76.21. I sold this in 3 days. Videos do help, people. If you can take a video of an appliance and show that it's working, I think it gives a lot of assurance to the customer that it's what you say it is. Plus, then they can't come back and say it didn't work because you have a video showing it did. All right, so let's go down to number 4. So coming in at number 4 was this Canon printer. It was brand new in the box. It was still sealed. I didn't even open it for the pictures. I wanted to show that it was still sealed. A very good resale value on it. I had it listed for $225, and I know you're going to cringe. I took a best offer of $120. Sometimes when I just need the sales, I will take those kind of offers. I'd actually sold this 2 other times. One didn't pay, one bought this one in error. And so I was just like over this item. So that's another reason sometimes when I take offers the way that I do. So let's go into the gross profit and see how we did. So we got $120 and a penny for revenue on this one. I did charge for shipping, $29.99, for a total revenue of $150. You can see how it probably came in at $150. That's what he wanted to pay total. The shipping label was $25.81, so we did really well there. We didn't lose any money. eBay fees were $10.03. Promoted fees, it did not sell as a promoted listing, so that's awesome. And my acquisition cost was $20 on this. I bought it at a yard sale for $20. My gross profit on this one, or my total cost of goods, was $55.84, with gross profit of $94.16. So you can see why, hey, it was okay to take that $120. It had been listed for 83 days, took me 83 days to sell. So let's go down to number 3. So coming in at number 3 was this Bun Coffee Maker, and it's quite big. It actually didn't take us very long to pack. We packed it all up. It probably took us maybe 30 minutes to pack this item. We had it listed for $199.99, and we took a best offer of $150. I got this at a yard sale, and I can't remember how much I paid, but I did really well in this. So I believe she wanted 30, and I got her down to 25 on this item. So we took that best offer of $150. Our shipping revenue was $75 for a net revenue of $225. My shipping label cost was only $27.20, so we picked up some money on shipping. I think it went to California, so that was a score. Had it gone to New York, of course, I wouldn't have made that type of surplus. My eBay fees were $25.94. My promoted fees were $12.34, with an acquisition cost of $25. My total cost of goods was $90.48, and I made a gross profit of $134.52. It only took me 4 days to sell. So let's jump into number 2. We're getting close, people. We're getting real close. Hang in there. So my number 2 item was a set of silverware. I got this from Hoarder House number 2. I bought this by itself. I actually got it for $30. I had it listed for $4.95. I actually had to go buy, I can't remember which size spoon. I think I had to go buy so I did end up spending, I think, another $70 to buy the spoons that matched the set on eBay, so I could complete the set. This was pretty nice. It actually had some other steak knives and butter knives underneath in the bottom drawer. So let's go into it. We had it listed for $4.95, and we took a best offer of $300. So coming in at number 2, the Oneida silverware, we got a revenue of $300. We did not charge for shipping. It was a free shipping. Sometimes on the higher end items, I do free shipping, but I don't think it's necessary. No coupon. So because it was a best offer, so net revenue of $300. My shipping label for this was only $21.84. My eBay fees were $37.65. No promoted fees, so that's great. And acquisition cost of $100. And that was because I paid $30 for the set, plus I had to go buy spoons to complete the set. But my gross profit still came in at $140.51, but it did take me a while to sell. That's why I took the best offer. It took me 159 days to sell. All right, so here it is, coming in at number 1. Let's take a look and see what we sold. So this power source was my number 1 seller for the month, and it came in that box that I spent $50 for. You already saw that I sold the speakers. Let's see, I sold the speakers for $75. I have this listed for $275, and I took a best offer of, it looks like I took a best offer of $250. But let's go into that gross profit and see how we did. So coming in at number 1 in the countdown was that Monster Power Source. We sold it for $250. We collected another $75 for shipping. This thing was heavy. It was a beast to pack. We had it all lined up in styrofoam, bubble wrap. Oh my goodness gracious. So my net revenue was $325. My shipping label was $45.36. And with all those packing materials, I'm probably pretty even on that shipping. My eBay fees were $31.99, with my promoted fees of $16.58. My acquisition costs, I put $30 on this. I put 10 on those speakers, so I have another 10 to make up, but I still have 2 other items to list that came out of this box. So my total cost of goods sold was $123.93, with a gross profit of $201.07. Cha-ching! Yeah, it was an okay month. Still had a couple really good high-end items. I like to show you those. I like you to know that these are real and you can find these. You don't have to, sell 5 million $10 items to make the money on eBay. You can make it a little simpler. I'm not saying don't sell those items. Bread and butters are good. I have been listing more and more bread and butters. So the next thing I want to show you guys, and I'm really excited about, is I want to show you my eBay gross profit calculator. So here we are in my January sales. If we jump up to the top, you're going to see how groovy is this. We're at a feedback of 22,437. I've sold over 40,000 items in my lifetime on eBay under this seller ID. So this is my gross profit calculator, and this helps me to see how I'm doing every month, right? Because I've actually added a line in here for labor. So everything in yellow that you see on this spreadsheet is items that I have entered from the actual eBay sales report. So we've already talked about it earlier, but we'll talk about it real quick. So the revenue on the actual item was $3,891.05. The shipping revenue was $1,061 with the sales tax collected of $251. So the next thing over here you're going to see is the number of items sold, and I got that from the report. This $4 average item cost, that is actually an arbitrary number that I came up with. It takes the 4 times the 127 to come up with my item cost of $508. Now, the 10 items that I showed you, my acquisition cost on those were $225. So there's a lot of items that I sell that I either got for free or it just, I spent $1 for or whatever. So I just kind of arbitrarily made up that number. I do want to try to figure up a better way to show you guys that. And then my average shipping supply cost is $2, and that's pretty accurate. I spend between $230 a month replenishing all my shipping supplies, my boxes, packing materials, and my tape. So the next thing I put in here was the eBay fees. And if you go into eBay and you go into here, and let me show you really quick. I'm going to jump over there so you can see it. So jumping back in here, you're going to see all of those costs broken out. And it equals the $612.69. Now, I did break out the promoted listing. I think that's important to see that on its own. These were the eBay fees that were charged, and it came out to $12.37%. And that adds in my store fee for the month. It adds in all of it, and it just divides it into my total net sales. I take everything so basically that number these numbers are individually, and they're divided into this number divided into this number to come up with my percent of that one. So you can kind of see where you're at percentage wise. So down here, my promoted fees, I spent $4.59 overall. When you take this number and you take that number and you divide it by your net sales. And then down here is my shipping labels. And same thing, I took that number, the $891, and divided by it. So my shipping labels are running me 18% of my total sales. So my total selling costs were $1,731.20. And if you bounce back into eBay, you're going to see that that all matches up, $17.31. You can see that right there. So we know that these numbers are true. These numbers are real. So then we come down here to the cost of goods sold. Basically, that item cost is the 127 times 4. I could probably be more accurate if I actually did a spreadsheet and calculated out the actual cost. Maybe we'll do that next month so that I can make sure that what I'm presenting to you is real and it's not artificial. My shipping label cost was $891.05 over here. You can see that. Over here, you see that negative $83.89. So what I did here was it's just a calculation, and it takes my shipping revenue and it subtracts out the cost of my shipping labels, and it subtracts out my shipping supplies. So that is, I lost $83.89 on shipping. There's my shipping supplies. That is calculated by, I figured my average shipping supply cost is about $2. I sold 127 items. So my shipping supplies were $254 for the month. My eBay final value fees were $44.30.98. I do kind of do this really weird calculation because really I did this, so I want you guys to see this, is if you back out the merchant fees from those total cost over here, you are going to see that my eBay fees are, as a percentage, are only 8.7%, because here is my merchant fees right down here, which is actually coming to about 3.67%. And that is because what I hope you guys are all aware of this. There's actually a transaction fee involved with every transaction that you have. Any kind of credit card company will charge you a transaction fee on top of the percentage. So that's why I broke that out so you can see that. So this will go up depending on how much. If you have a lot of low dollar items, this percentage is going to increase. And then my promoted fees are $227.46, and you can see that's coming from over here. Now my labor, I actually went into my labor and I figured out how much I paid. I do have people who help me to take pictures and help me occasionally on shipping. So I spent $587.44 on labor, which gives me a total cost goods of $3,080.64 for a 62% cost of goods sold. Now that includes labor. A lot of people don't show you that, but that's super important. I don't show you my labor because at the end of the day, profit is what I get paid, right? So there's really no point at this point, since I'm running it as an LLC, I don't need to show you what I paid myself. So my gross profit was $1,871.57. So now I did create a summary page. Basically what this does is it summarizes all that detail from the selling cost page. It just makes it a little bit easier, not so messy to look at. Here's my item cost, the total shipping cost. That includes the actual shipping supplies along with my shipping labels, my eBay fees. So that's the percentage that I paid eBay plus my merchant fees, my promoted fees, and my labor that we talked about on the previous page. So that all matches my gross profit of $1,871. But what I did on this page is I actually added in my overhead costs. Now I have quite a bit of overhead costs and it needs to go away. I have those 4 storage units. So if you watch some of my other hoarding videos where I basically bought from a hoarder and became a hoarder, I have 4 storage units and they're costing me $900 a month. And then I have some other arbitrary numbers that I added in here just for effect so you guys could see this. I actually did not have any travel expenses, but everybody has different types of expenses. So my total overhead was $1,145, which was 23% of my sales up here, my net sales. So my net profit was only $726.57. That actually came in at almost 15%, which is pretty good for a lot of businesses. That's where they aim, 10 to 20%. So this would be what goes into my pocket, $726, which isn't a lot of money. I know you guys are all going, really? Seriously? But I need to work on this storage unit fees that I kind of went crazy on. So if you were to add that back in, you're going to see that actually the profit on this was pretty good. I probably don't put more than 20 hours a week on eBay. And so I'm hoping to be able to put more hours or hire people to do some of the other things so I can keep creating content. So that's basically it for this month. Was low in sales. So I created that 30% coupon. So that dropped my actual net sales, but maybe I wouldn't have sold it if I didn't have that coupon out there. Just needed to generate some cash. So sometimes you got to do what you've got to do. So that's going to do it for today. Sorry for the long video. I hope you stuck around to my gross profit calculator so you can start to understand your numbers. Hopefully I'll get quicker at producing these videos for you so you can start to learn your numbers and what they mean. And be sure to send me a comment if you have any questions or something that you want to see, something you don't agree with. I'm always open to suggestions and to ideas. So that's going to do it for today. I hope you all have a groovy day and we will talk to you later.